Welcome to Straight Talk About Health and Wellness. My name is Mary Henderson, and I am your host. I want to thank you for taking time to be with us today, no matter where in the world you may be, if it's in the afternoon, the morning, I don't know, the noon, I don't know. But I want to thank you for taking the time to be with Straight Talk About Health and Wellness. All right, today we have a topic that affects all women. I know it's something that somebody would say he made us that way. What say? But today we're going to talk about menopause. I know some of you hate to hear that word, menopause, but it's a natural stage of life that we all go through it. It's something that we must go through, unfortunately. But one thing about this, menopause, it affects the changes. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. It could, and these hot flashes sometimes are just out of this world. If anybody had hot flashes, hot flashes, and our weight go up and down. And those of us has a little sensitive point about weight. We look at our body changes, and you may have your figure together. Then all this happens. You know what I mean? After all those years, and the change in sleep patterns, and the list goes on. All right. But today I have a person that have experience with all of that. Okay. Her name is Sheri Coleman. She worked as a registered nurse. All right. Lots of experience. Lots of experience. Okay. So those of you that have questions that need answers, you will get them today. Believe me, you'll get them today. But I just want to remind everyone that Straight Talk About Health and Wellness, this show do not take the place of your, in this case, your OBGYN. It doesn't take the place of your primary care physician. Okay, if you have any questions and concerns, please have that conversation with them. All right? All right, so we're going to get started. So grab your pencil and pad. We're going to get started. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you, Sheri?
Hello, Mary. How are you doing? It's so good to be on here again. So I was so happy for the invitation. So
Oh, my
happy.
goodness. And you look fabulous.
Thank you. Well, the sun is helping. It's
Uh-huh.
midday. So, and I've had my
Uh-huh.
coffee. The sun is helping. In Southern
Uh-huh.
California, the sun can be your best friend or it can be your enemy. But today it is definitely a good friend day.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Sheri.
Great. So I spent about 30 years in the nursing field. I medically retired 6 years ago during the pandemic. I had a stroke right at the peak of the pandemic. So ever since then, I've just sort of been rebuilding my life and going through the changes, doing the things that you do when you medically retire. So that's about it. I spent a lot of my nursing career in administration, director of nursing services, director of staff development, so that's pretty much what my life's work has been, educating people and helping find solutions to problems.
Nice, nice. Once a nurse, always a nurse. You know what I mean?
Always assessing, always diagnosing,
Yes.
always putting care plans together in our mind. That's pretty much
Uh-huh.
what, yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. Also, you took on another project as being a creator, I remember. So how's
Yes,
that
that's
going?
still what
So,
I'm doing. I am still a creator. Right now, I am focusing on CRMs, like systems, creating content easier to post on multiple platforms, easier to animate, using a lot of AI to get creators to not be overwhelmed in their business. There's something called a one woman billion-dollar business model that I've been focusing on, where you're the one woman behind your business and it's the systems in place that you can use AI to help you navigate your business and to generate income, right? Stop spending so much money on subscriptions. At one point, I think I was having 7 subscriptions and I was like, this is out of hand. I'm spending more in subscriptions than I'm doing
oh my
business,
goodness.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I figured out a solution, a system that helps women go from that overwhelmed, spending more out in
Hmm.
her business to really being able to streamline her process, take one
Hmm.
piece of content and post it on multiple platforms at one time. So that's what I'm focusing on now.
Oh, nice. We need to have a conversation, Sheri. This is so,
Awesome.
you're always
Definitely.
learning, no matter how old you are. You're always learning, taking on new ideas, taking on new methodology. You're always doing something, and I like to have
Yes.
my eyes and ears open with all of that. But anyway, we could talk and talk and talk, but we're going to talk about menopause today.
Yes, yes, we are. Hey, that is always in the background. No matter how much you think you're doing, that
Uh-huh.
little pause is always lingering around because it becomes part of you.
Yes, a big part. What is menopause, Sheri?
So it's when your hormones fluctuate. As a woman, as you age, your body loses estrogen, progesterone, and most importantly, testosterone, which women don't realize how important testosterone is to your body and how greatly your levels of testosterone change when you're going through menopause, even more important than the estrogen and the progesterone, which are important, but that testosterone, I think for me, is part that I wish I could have back immediately, which
Mm-hmm.
is the hardest to attain, right? You can replace the
Mm-hmm.
estrogen, you can replace the progesterone, but that testosterone, for me, that natural testosterone is what I miss during my menopause.
Wow, wow. I know a lot of us have had that experience, missing the I'm gonna call it ingredient.
Yes, girl, we need those ingredients back. We really do.
I know, like yank or something. Okay, how come many women experience changes before menopause? What are the signs of perimenopause?
Yeah, so for perimenopause, I know for myself, I'm going to speak to what I experienced. And my perimenopause journey may have been a little bit different because it happened like pre-stroke, and I went into menopause like almost immediately. After I had my stroke, I think
Oh,
that the stress of the situation, I
uh-huh.
was 47, so I was still relatively young, but my menses stopped immediately. Before I
Mm-hmm.
turned 47, I did experience irregular periods, mood swings, weight fluctuances, lots of what I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that many women suffer from is that belly fat, right? That
Mm-hmm.
pad of sort of that pad that we can't get rid of. I'm padding
Get
mine, and
rid of it.
it's our friend, it's
Even,
here,
even with
because
sit-ups.
yeah, the cortisol
Mm-hmm.
changes levels change in your body because of your hormones, and it's there. It's there. It's so hard to get rid of. But I noticed that happening as I aged. So the irregular menses, the extra cortisol in those areas, right? Your mid belly, sometimes in your back area, and in those fat pads under your arm, sort of you get those
Oh,
areas
yes.
with your cortisol
Mm-hmm.
starts changing and you start adding it to your body. I know there are ways to prevent it, but that's probably a whole nother topic. But that those are some of the signs that were really that played on my mental health and my
Mm-hmm.
physical body, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
when you start seeing those changes in your body and you can't fix it right away, when you're 20, when you're 30, you can go on diets and it feels like your weight comes off so fast because that's all it's weight. It's normal weight. It's
Mm-hmm.
not hormonal imbalance weight. But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like when you age and now you have these hormones going crazy, finding that balance to lose the weight becomes even trickier. It's a trickier dance to find that balance. I can't lose the weight. I can't lose 10 pounds. I used to be able to get on the scale, see I was 10 pounds over my usual weight, come back at the end of the week and my weight's down, right? Change a few things, eat a few salads,
Mm-hmm.
and your weight's down. No, doesn't happen during perimenopause, doesn't happen during menopause. Your weight, you're gonna get on the scale and it's gonna go up and up,
Oh my goodness. No
depending
matter
on
what type of, it doesn't matter what type of bra you buy or what type of, what you call those things, Sheri, that
the
hold your stomach
waist
in.
trainers. Yes, no matter what
Yeah.
there's you're still showing through it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you still, no matter how much money it costs, it's still gonna show. You can
Mhm.
say, oh my goodness, look at me in the mirror. Oh goodness.
Right. Like in the pictures, and most importantly, I remember my daughter got married this past summer, and I remember looking at the
Uh-huh.
wedding pictures, and I'm like, is that me? Is that really me? Hold on, I gotta
My
get this
goodness.
together. So,
Yes.
yeah, it can be sort of alarming to visualize yourself a certain way, but then when
Mm-hmm.
you look at a picture, you see yourself a different way, and you're like, oh, what happened? So
Oh, what
it's that's
happened?
you think
Uh-huh.
like, oh, what happened? But
Uh-huh.
it happens.
Yeah, this is the changes of life.
Yeah.
How come all this menopause things affect our moods, our sleep, our energy, and our emotional well-being? Emotional well-being. How does that
I think
affect it?
so. So the mood and the sleep. So those are directly related to the changes in your test in your progesterone and your estrogen.
Mhm.
Progesterone mainly because that affects how calm you are, right? That's how come,
Mm,
during certain phases when you have your menses, you can be more calm than other phases. But
mhm,
during menopause, it almost feels like you're always up all night. You're manic, you're running around, you're forgetting
mhm,
things, you're
mhm,
angry because that progesterone has dropped. So I know that's directly related to those hormone levels. And it's being hard to really control. Like, I was actually following a lady on Instagram, the We Do Not Care Club,
mhm,
when she was speaking about menopause. And it's so true because at menopause, you almost, because of the hormone changes, you have
mhm,
this attitude of, I don't care. I'm going to say what I want, that
mhm.
emotional, how we talk about being emotionally intelligent
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
really,
all that.
feeling other people's, all that goes to the
Yeah.
wayside because no, we don't have time to waste. We're not wasting time on soft words. We're just
Mhm.
saying it. And a lot has to do with that urgency that we are getting older, but those hormones, especially changing, really affect how we process and communicate.
Oh, I was thinking about it was really that mature age, but some of it is, and some of it is hormonal also.
Yeah, because we don't have that filter there, that
No
progesterone
filter.
saying, girl, rethink that. Don't say it that way. Now we're like, I'm saying it. And
Yeah.
you know what is funny, Mary? Because I was thinking about that. And I was
Uh-huh.
thinking as my mom was getting older, she passed away about 6 years ago as well.
Mhm.
I used to remember her saying what she wanted to say, right?
Mm.
As I was older, that's the part I remember, like, my mom ain't got no filter. So don't come crazy because she's going to say something crazy, like,
Uh-huh.
don't say nothing, don't say nothing, don't say nothing,
Uh-huh.
right? That kind of.
Yeah.
But
That's,
little
yeah.
do we know that that's part of menopause. That's part of your hormone changing. That's part of how your personality changes during menopause. So it's a little bit
Mm.
of, 20, hindsight is 2020. Like what she
Mhm.
went through and how I
Mhm.
used to react, like, oh my God, my mom's coming. She's gonna say what she wants. She's gonna be loud. She's gonna do what she wants to do. But
Mhm.
that's hormones. That's your hormones changing. When you get to 40 or 50, you do things a little differently. And for women, I think a lot of it's hormonal.
Oh, tell me, boy, this age, Sherry. Tell me, it's
Hmm.
like you just almost a stage. Well, all right, so what? I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
that's
this.
exactly how it is. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Well, why of us, some of us are feel so uncomfortable talking about menopause. I don't remember my mother ever sitting down and discussing this with me.
Never,
Did
never,
your mother do that?
never. No, we don't talk about it, and I don't know why. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a secret or anything. I just think the conversation doesn't come up. But I think if the conversations are there, it's more
Mm-hmm.
awareness for your family. Like, hey, just like everybody knows when you have your cycle in the house. Oh, she's getting ready
Mm-hmm.
to start her cycle. She's gonna be moody. It's the same thing with menopause. It's the same exact worst changes, honestly. But if people talk about it more, then maybe
Mm-hmm.
your community around you builds more sympathy for what you're going through, more compassion.
Yes. They understand a little better,
Don't
maybe.
take it personally.
I know.
We should
But
get t-shirts that say, don't take it personal, it's menopause.
yeah, we should do that, Sherry.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how can we break that cycle?
Stabbing, I mean, it's no secret when you have your cycle and you're doing your luteal phases and all of this, the conversations happening online, people are talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. Just talk to your family. Hey, you know, I may say something that I might regret later. Just take it with a grain of salt. Like, just, I think having
Mm-hmm.
those conversations openly. I think
Yeah.
women don't talk about it because when we say it, it means that we are getting older. So we don't say the words out loud for
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, not for our family, but
Mm-hmm.
it makes it real. Like this is that second half of your life. More time is probably you've already lived than you're moving forward into. So it makes it more real for us.
Yeah, we have more time behind us and then ahead of
Yes,
us,
exactly.
actually.
Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. Exactly. I may have said that back.
Yeah, that's fine. Being the mature age, I call it mature age.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I'm just now realizing, Sherry, I'm at the mature age
Isn't
all these
that
years.
crazy? Wow. 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 Yep,
I'm just now
that's
realizing
what's
that.
happening. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, I'm changing. I'm
I
definitely
know,
changing.
that's for sure. Well, what lifestyle changes can we do during this time to support all
I'm
these
gonna say
changes?
the lifestyle changes now. Listen, and I am so bad at it because I need some
Mhm.
consistency myself. So bear with me. Who wants to start a menopause community? Exercising,
Oh, that's nice.
walking, building muscle strength, right?
That's right.
And I honestly think that a lot of it is being in a community of people where you can talk to people. Sometimes
Hmm.
two things go together with menopause: retirement, so you're
Hmm.
losing part of your community,
That's true.
right? And then you're losing those hormones. So you're losing that conversation. So not being able to talk and communicate to keep your brain active, or like for me, brain exercises, playing cards, playing different games keeps my brain young. Learning keeps my brain young. I do a lot of learning. AI, learning new things, like going back and taking courses, go back to school. We're not
Hmm.
too old, right? Keep challenging yourself to keep your brain moving. Move your
Hmm.
brain, move your body, right? Move your mobility, your gut motilities, right? Healthy eating, healthy meals, really paying attention, because when we were younger, we could lose those extra pounds. It didn't add up to much, but now it's like whole foods,
Uh-huh.
whole potatoes, whole vegetables, whole chicken, right? So making sure
Hmm.
that we nurture our mind, body, and spirit as well.
Nice. Now, well, we have things going on. We have those parasites, Sherry. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Girl, I'm so scared to eat a salad. I don't know what
I
to do.
know. I
Bought some
know.
plums from the store and I was like, I got home and my husband was like, are those on the recall? And I'm like, girl, I washed those plums and ate them. They were fine. But I thought twice. And it's scary to think that now we have to buy our food and think, am I going to get listeria? Am I going to get sick? Is it going to take 2 weeks for this to show up? So that's a
Yeah.
scary thing.
Hmm. It is. It's very scary. I want some craving. So now here I say craving like I'm pregnant, but I want some salad so bad.
Girl, listen, be careful. Just, I don't know. I haven't had a salad. I have had plums and I've had watermelon, but I have not bought any lettuce since all that stuff was going on.
Mhm. Right. Then they don't know where it come from. One time it was coming
Hmm.
from Taco Bell. Now they don't know. I
Yep.
say I just have to scratch it off my list for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
How does menopause affect our cardiovascular system, our heart?
Everything slows. Those hormones, the heart health is so important for us to keep up with it, because that progesterone and estrogen and testosterone really sort of work as a buffer, right? But now we
Mhm.
don't have those buffers in making sure our cardiovascular system is just whole. We have to fill it in. We have to do the exercise. We have to exercise our bodies, move our bodies, and try to replace natural hormones naturally.
And bone health.
Yes.
How does this affect our bone health?
Everything. It affects everything. It almost to me looks like, when I think about it physically, it looks like you need to be plugged in. That's what I see. Like you have low battery. You need to be plugged in so you can try to rebuild some of these
Mhm.
hormones back, to rebuild your body strength and tissue back.
What are the foods that we can eat to build our bones? I can talk about bones because I'm a candidate for a hip replacement, Sherry.
Oh, why? My
I am.
goodness.
I am. So, now I talk to my girls
Uh-huh.
about menopause, and I don't want you guys to go through this. So take your vitamin D and eat this, eat
Yes,
that,
vitamin D and calcium at the
and
same
calcium.
time, not one or
Yeah.
the other. Like what I've started doing is I've started drinking whole milk
Oh,
and like the
really?
Horizon milk, cow milk,
Hmm.
that almond milk and rice milk and all of those other
And the
milks
oatmeal milk.
feels like water now. I need the
Really?
vitamins. So I
Hmm.
started drinking whole milk. We drink Horizon milk, vitamin D added,
Hmm.
calcium added, because not only is that bone health important for me, but
Hmm.
for my family. Bone health is
Hmm.
important, and you're not getting the same amount of nutrients from
Hmm.
the almond milk. You're getting mostly water and sugar. Rice milk, you're getting again, water, sugar. They're good for certain things, but if you can tolerate the cow milk, I went back to it.
Really? You went back to
Yeah.
the old-fashioned homogenized milk.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I just used like the grass-fed cow version.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've
Mm-hmm.
seen that.
Girl, yeah. Seen it's in a red container. You've seen it. You probably just didn't pay attention to it. But yeah, I went back to the milk. Went back to the milk, and I don't know. It almost feels more soothing to your gut, the gut health, because I know a lot of collagen is in those dairy products, and collagen is good for your your stomach intestines, your lining, and everything. And
Good
it
health.
almost feels
Hmm.
soothing. Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know. Just for me, that's been my experience with it. So that's one of the ways that I'm helping to, fortify
Your
some of that
vitamin
bone
D.
density.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that
so
vitamin
you
D. Mhm.
yeah, so you won't be on the hip replacement list.
Hey, hopefully I won't. Hope not. But hey, if I have to, I have to. We do what we have to do, right? We move.
Yeah, we do. So I'm in this situation now. But you drinking the whole milk, I'm gonna say. So what about the cholesterol? Here I go. What about the cholesterol in our
It's
heart
up. It's up. I
and
don't
the
know. It's up
arteries and all
there.
those that kind of
It's
thing?
up there. I don't know. I'm not, it's up there. It was my last time. He was like, your cholesterol's a little high. And I'm like, okay, but those numbers have been varying too, like the levels. I
Mhm.
remember when we were younger, the normals were much higher than they are now. Now the levels are much lower as far as the values.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm got the little scale of justice here. I don't know. I feel better with this kind of milk. So I'll just have to reduce other things that raise my cholesterol.
Yeah, your things are changed because do you remember, Sherry, the A1C was, I think it was 6 at one time.
Hmm.
Now I think it's 5.8.
Things change, levels change. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know. I remember the cholesterol level, one of them was the normal was over 220 or over
Oh,
200.
really?
Now
Okay.
it's like under. And I'm like, okay, okay. I'm still
Yeah.
it's not 300, so I'm okay. I feel good.
It's not
I don't know.
300.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, so I just watch it and sort of go by how I feel.
Yeah, it's really, I think, how you feel because I think now is anything under 200
Hmm.
supposed to be good.
Hmm. And
But
it used to
somebody,
be much, it's just like 223, it used to be higher. The standards, the levels were higher a while ago. I don't
yeah, I
know.
think so. I think so.
Who
But
really
one
knows?
thing, I think, Sherry, when we go to the doctor, we have to know how our body feel.
Yeah,
That's what
definitely.
I think. Yeah, we need to know how our body feel. So how does, I mean, we're living in a day and time where we have stress all around us.
Hmm.
We turn on the TV, we go in the grocery store, or in the
Hmm.
gas pump, Sherry. It's stressful.
Ooh, honey, listen. I was recently, last year, I had an electric vehicle. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't look at the gas prices. We weren't paying attention. We had free electricity for 3 years on this lease.
Mm-hmm.
So I got rid of that car in February of this
Mm-hmm.
year. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Oh my
Did
goodness.
not know gas was that high until February. I'm like, it's gas like this. It's so
Yeah.
expensive.
It's
It's
almost
it's
$7.
it's a stressor. It really affects. you going places.
It does.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna go down there because that's gas. I'm gonna just wait and
It
see. I
does.
mean, but in the electric car, you don't have to worry about the gas price. You can just zoom, zoom, zoom. You're going everywhere. But now it's like, okay, we'll go out 2 days a week, 3 days a week. We'll do we'll stay
Right.
in our community. You know, yeah, gas prices are crazy.
So how do we manage all this stress? What techniques can we use to manage that?
I really think exercise is the key. I cannot tell you, like getting back to nature, walking, just being like when I go outside, when I
Hmm.
step outside the door, it feels good. So removing your physical body from what's stressing you and then moving your body. Because then when I start, you never want to do it. Who wants to work out? Who wants to get up and walk for 20 minutes? You're going to be hot. We're in Southern California. You're going to be hot,
Hmm.
sweaty. You may have a little hip ache every once in a while, but moving your body and being out in nature, being with the trees and walking is I think that is the best stress relief. And then not just doing that, but turning off things while you're walking. Leave your phone at home. Don't make calls. It doesn't count if you are walking and carrying your stress, which is your phone sometimes with you,
Uh-huh. The
right? So
stress
leave
is
your
your
phone at
phone.
home. Yeah, and that's another thing that I do sometimes is I will turn my phone off, especially
Hmm.
at night. I will turn it off, and I'll let the kids know, they have kids. Hey, I'm going to
Yeah.
turn my phone off. So if you need me, call your brother, call my husband. But I need to sleep. Sometimes we are on guard and we don't even realize it. Keeping our phone
Hmm.
on means that we're waiting for it to call. So you can't get good rest.
That's true.
Turn your phone. Yeah, because if it's on, you
Hmm.
can't, you're always sort of waiting for a call to happen or waiting for
Hmm.
stress to come on your phone if this is a stressor for you.
Hmm.
If this is how you mainly communicate with your family, then it's not just a stressor, but this is your source of communication. You don't want to miss anything. But turning it off releases a lot of stress. And for maybe the first 5 minutes it's off, you think, what am I missing? What am I missing?
I know.
But
FOMO.
then, but then
Mhm.
after those 5 minutes are over, if you can get to that 5 minute mark and an hour goes by and you're like, feels good. Feels good to do things when your
Uh-huh.
mind is on it, right? Because a lot of times our mind is split between so many different places that
Hmm.
we can't really enjoy other times. So when you're going for a walk, leave your phone at home,
Oh,
turn it
that's a good
off, don't have
idea.
it on, and then you're not bringing that stress with you. You really have time to focus on what you're doing, rebuild, what your body should feel like. Do your
Hmm.
body exams. I do like, how do I feel today? Talking to myself, like, how do I feel? How are my arms
Uh-huh.
moving? How's my leg feel?
Uh-huh.
It's just things that you can do when you're not on your phone. Phone is a distraction, and it really is a stressor. It's off is good. Turn it off for a little bit, an hour, a couple hours a day. Turn it off at night. See if you sleep better.
Yeah, I've noticed the telephone takes a lot of energy.
It does. It
It does
does.
a
It
lot
is
of
an energy
energy.
drainer. It takes
Hmm.
a whole
It
lot of
does.
energy. It honestly does. Girl, turn this thing off. Why do we get these? Who made these
I
things?
know.
I love it, but then it's like, man, it's you're always connected.
Uh-huh. You are.
You don't really disconnect yourself. You're always on the grid.
Yeah, you're always on the go on the
Mm-hmm.
alert, I guess I should
Mm-hmm.
say. The
Yep.
red light,
Mm-hmm.
the red light may come on.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, this is great, Sherry. This is great. But I want to ask, what are some of the myths we always hear about the change? Not the change, but the change. Have you heard that?
Yes. So you're trying to debunk some myths, but girl, they might all be true. But one of the myths that I did not expect was that this was when I was in perimenopause, was that you would just wake up and your period would be over. It would be done.
Mm-hmm.
It
You
doesn't
wake up,
happen that way.
it's over.
Yeah. For me, I had a stroke. So on my last missed period, that was my last one. But when
Mhm.
you're going through perimenopause, it will trick you. It will be gone for 6 or 9 months and come back with a vengeance and stay for another year. So I think one
Mhm.
of the biggest myths is thinking that you're going to just wake up one morning and you're going to be in menopause like that.
It'll go away.
Yeah. And the hormones change month to month, minute by minute. You don't,
Mhm.
everybody doesn't always have hot flashes. Some people get cold. And I was thinking the
Oh,
other day,
really?
I was like,
Hmm.
yes, I'm either cold or hot. And I'm like, the air was on, and I'm like, I had a blanket on. And I went outside and sat with my blanket on, but it was
Hmm.
112 degrees outside. And I'm like,
Oh my
what is
goodness.
going on? I'm
Uh-huh.
cold. It's not just a hot flash, it's body temperature changes. And it's
Mm.
not always hot. For me,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I'm just freezing. Like everybody else would be like, this feels good to me. And I'm like, I'm so cold. I have a blanket on. I'll go sit outside with a blanket. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Something going
Mhm.
on, but it's just hormones. That's what it
The
is.
hormone changes. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness.
Hmm. It affects so many people differently.
I bet. With all these hormone changes, what do you know what the doctor will prescribe for anything like this?
Well, Mary,
Suggest, I
that's
should
funny
say.
because I did get some estrogen patches when I was
Oh, the
thinking,
patches.
okay, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I did. I got some estrogen patches earlier this year. And it's funny that
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned that because I got estrogen patches and progesterone pills, the combination, the starter combination, and it just didn't do right. Like I thought it would. Well, actually, I will tell you this. I felt wonderful on them. It almost felt like mental clarity, way more mental clarity, way more
Mm-hmm.
calm, sleeping all night. But
Mm.
what it did to my body was, here's the myth. Okay. I
Mm.
thought I would not be bloated. I would get rid of my,
You're good.
little patch here, right? I
Uh-huh.
thought it would be back to pre-body,
Mm-hmm.
pre-menopause body.
Uh-huh.
It was not. It was
Oh my
not. It
goodness.
was 3 months of bloating,
Mm.
pooping,
Oh my.
gas,
What?
bleeding. Yeah. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and she was changing the prescription, the strength, the progesterone, like
Mm-hmm.
finding that balance for me that just didn't work. I just had to come off of it. I said, this is more work than pause. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, I thought it
Oh,
would be,
really?
you see the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm helping getting the patch, blah, blah, blah. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
my prescription wasn't the right dosage for me, but it was,
Yeah.
you'll get this and you'll feel so much better. Girl, I went through it for 3 months trying to get
Really?
my hormone. It was bloating, more weight gain, gas, going to the bathroom, just went through it for 3 months. And I just finally said, I can't do another day of this. So I just weed myself off and put that on the shelf until later. But
Till
that's a
later.
myth that you can replace your hormones and you're going to be back to normal, back to feeling good. I felt good mentally, clearer, slept during the night, more comfortable that way. But my body was going through it.
Oh my
It was,
goodness. Who wants
yes,
that?
it was like too old to be buying pads from the store. This is crazy. I'm not doing this. And it wasn't even like a little bit of spotting.
Hmm.
It was like bleeding for three
It was a
months. I'm like,
lot.
this is not what
It,
this is supposed to be like. It was like,
yeah.
okay, let me just let my body do what it needs to do and not do that. Let me try
And then
something
when that
different.
happens, and then when that happens, that lowers your red blood cells.
It was so much. It was
So
so
the
much.
one thing
Yeah.
after another. Yeah,
Yeah. You
it
end up in a
does.
whole different predicament. Yeah.
Hmm. Then what? But one myth I was told, this was many years ago, that if you take those hormones supplements, that will give you cancer.
Oh, I did hear that, but and I'm talking about the medical provider that I use in Southern California, they said that that's not true. They said that actually helps reduce if you have more estrogen and more progesterone, it helps reduce your risk of. So it's all about how much they give you.
Oh, I see.
Hmm.
So we clear that
According
up.
to their studies. Yeah. According to their studies. But, who really knows?
I know. It's so different now.
Yeah,
Nobody knows.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we live in a different time and different changes and all that. Yeah, we just have to see what's best for us, Sherry.
Exactly.
I think we have
Exactly.
to go with the program, what's best for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sherry, this has been great.
That's
All your knowledge
wonderful.
and
It's good to
expertise.
catch up with you.
I know.
Yes,
We need to do this more often. And you're not that far from me, I don't
absolutely.
think. I
Nope.
think I
Mm-mm.
think you're about an hour, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Come
I'm
on.
doing better down here now. Because
Oh,
when we
good.
first met, I had just came down here.
And you were going
And
up and from northern to down here.
right, I still do the same.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
I still do
Yeah.
the same, but I'm here down here a little bit more though.
Girl, let me get like you and get one of these kids to get me out of this house and it's their turn. Shoot, I'm gonna
Oh my
tag out.
goodness. Yeah, but I like it because I have, I like both worlds in a way,
Uh-huh.
but
Mm-hmm.
this other stuff, it comes up. I think it's age related. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, I don't have time for that. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
I told my
I
doctor,
do.
oh no, I don't have time for that. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, Sherry, this has been a great conversation. And I would like for you to leave our audience a last word. What you want to leave your last words with them?
I want to say that as you are experiencing menopause, to leave everything on the table. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't don't think there's anything wrong with saying no. And your mood swings are normal, right? Your all the things that you're experiencing is what your natural body needs to go through to get to its final destination. So don't fight it, talk about it, share with your family. Sometimes when you talk about things openly, you see them clearer, right? And see a solution. If you have something that's bothering you, talk to a provider as well. Try to figure out what to do. Don't think you're going to get a quick fix taking hormones because it didn't work for me. It may work for some people, but maybe not for everybody. Maybe I need to try it again. Move your body, clear your mind, unplug, right? What is it when you deep unplug from the internet? Take a little break.
Yeah, turn it off for a minute. For a
Yeah,
minute. Turn it off.
yeah. Hmm.
And also, would you like to share what you do regarding your business? Like, you're a
Yeah.
creator. So
Yeah,
that'd be
so I
great.
have a content to cash community where I focus on helping women build systems around what they're already doing. So a lot of people are already creating content. They're already maybe spending hours trying to think of ideas to post. So I show them how to turn that one idea into posting on multiple systems at one time. So maybe you're posting on Instagram, you haven't quite moved to Facebook, TikTok, or Pinterest or Threads. I show you how to use one system to reformat that content, that idea that you have into all these places to post your content, see if it's resonating, monetize your content, right? Because there's no good for you to have one idea to post something and you only get it out to a small community of people. The
Mhm.
more eyes on your content, the better. Evergreen content is the best type of content to put out there and still see results from years later. So we focus on
Mm.
evergreen content, putting it out there and letting it cook.
Oh,
Easy.
sounds nice.
Uh-huh.
Sounds nice. So where can they reach you?
They can reach me at getcontenttocash.com. That
Okay.
is one of my websites. They can reach me there. They can reach me on Facebook at Sheri Coleman. You can message me there as well. And those are the two places.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, you guys, I am going to sign off. But in the meantime, all right, I want you to be safe, be healthy, all right, and be blessed. Okay? Until next time, talk to you soon.